Welcome to the Pool Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast with myself, your host, Edgar De Jesus. And yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo, along with John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zach, the Pool Boy Nicholas. Today, we're talking about the red flags and qualifying new customers. I want to welcome everyone to our live podcast, the podcast where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting and splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. And yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. But before we get started today, I want to thank our sponsors for this podcast, the Ultimate Pool Tools, the SPPA, poolinvoice.com, Blu-ray Excel, Aquastar Pool Products, and our newest sponsor, Pivot Pool Products. We want to thank them for their continued support. Zach, good morning. How you doing?
Well, hold on.
Did you like how I spun that real quick? I threw him for a loop. He was ready to go. He was ready to go. Good morning.
Yep.
Look, hold on. Did you notice how cocky Edgar was while he was doing his intro? Because he finally got to down like perfect, and he knows he does. Right? It's only been like over 2 years.
Freaking 5 years.
Right. But you can see him because he's like a little kid, right? Looking up and just all like, oh my God. He's like, oh yeah, I got this. Right? Like, oh, here, hold my beer. You know what I mean?
That's right, baby.
Hold my beer. You noticed it, Zach?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. All right, not just me.
Yeah, you can hear it. I don't know what to say now because that's not what I was planning to say. Good morning. I'm doing great.
He's looking for it out.
Right.
John, lifeline.
Right. No, for sure. Look, we were having a little bit we were messing with Edgar this morning, and we were saying how when Edgar always tells us good morning, it's not really a question, but yet we're assuming that we're supposed to say something, right? And it's all part of our little gig thing. So we were just going to say when Edgar said good morning, Edgar, and then just kind of leave it at that and kind of give that awkward silence and see if Edgar could fill something in, but didn't work as planned. I think we gave it away, and Edgar kind of threw a twist at us. But as for me, it is a pretty good morning. It's a hot morning. The last few days have been it's hot, right? Today's going to be 117, or tomorrow's going to be 117. It's pretty hot, pretty soon.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but I mean, every year we go through this, but it seems like every year it just comes a little bit sooner, and it stays just a little bit longer. And I don't know if I haven't really looked at the dates and done the calculations or anything like that, but it just kind of feels that way. But I'm positive because it's going to be my last summer out here in Hell's Kitchen, or wherever you want to call it, out here. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And I'm actually, it's been like 3 years it's been a long time before I actually went out to see a movie. Thought was a really good movie and I enjoyed. And Mama and I went to go see Top Gun Maverick yesterday. It was a pretty good movie, man. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it was really cool. And for those younger folk out there who don't kind of get the whole Top Gun thing, I grew up with Top Gun, and it was a great movie back then. And to see the sequel, it was done really, really well. So we had a good time. We went to do that, and yeah, that's it. Feel good. You're muted, Edgar.
Yeah, I was sitting over here typing away, saying good morning. I muted myself again. I'm over here sending messages to everybody. And so anyways, I'm over here kind of sending messages over on our, what do we call it? The Insta chat. So the Insta chat. So anyways, yeah, Zach's video is saying that his internet is weak. It says that it's still recording, but that his internet is weak. So it's kind of freezing up his camera, but we should still be able to hear him. Can we hear you, Zach?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear him clear. So, so anyways, Zach, it looks like you might need to step up your game when it comes to internet. So, if you need some feedback on some companies, let John know and he'll hook you up. So anyways, so for everybody out there, it's a little bit of a rough morning in the De Jesus household. And Zach, John, you'll appreciate this, John, and tell me if I'm not right. So I have my older daughter that came from OU, and she had her tonsils removed. And I thought, oh, it's no big deal. It's just the tonsils. It's not that big of a thing. Little did I learn that the whole taking out of the tonsils and then they send pictures. I mean, it's pretty brutal for what they do. So I kind of have her obviously in that situation. Then I have my 15-year-old that now likes this one boy and he plays baseball. So she comes to me yesterday. She's like, Dad, will you take me over to go see the game? And I'm like, all right, where's it at? It's like 45 minutes to an hour away to go to this game. And then not only that, John, it's at 3:00 in the afternoon. It's the hottest part of the freaking day. Right. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, so it looks like I need to have a conversation with this boy, how I had a conversation with the ones for my daughters. And of course, my older daughter was wanting to listen to the conversation because she had to sit through that conversation with her boyfriends. And I don't know what you tell for your daughter, but for my daughters, it's very simple. I just kind of call the boys up and I tell them very simple, look, I'm going to make this very nice and clear for you. Whatever you do to my daughter, I'm going to do to you. So you better be very careful because it's going to look very odd for you to be walking hand in hand at the mall with a grown ass man. So just remember that whatever it is that you think you're going to do to my daughter, I'm going to do to you. I go, so that's probably, you're going to want to rethink that. So of course, my older daughter was petrified when I did that too. But of course, now she was on the other side going, have the conversation, Dad. Have the conversation.
Look, Edgar, you remind me of, I don't know if you've seen there's like videos of fathers when, dress up in like little skimpy outfits or something like that. And they're trying to go out and the father goes, and you're not going out in that. And the mom, you're not going out in that. And no, I am. And I go, okay, if you are, the father goes into the bedroom, gets on short shorts or whatever, wears a skirt and walks out with them too. I can see you totally doing that. It's quite it's hard to explain. I've just recently kind of been through with my daughter, who's going to be 19 years old, and she had a boyfriend, and they were practically kind of living together. They were practically living together, and I don't know. It was tough. It is tough. But
I'll tell you this. So I don't have a filter when it kind of comes to that stuff. So just give her the heads up that if she comes out here and we start hanging out, I take that shit seriously. So if there's another boy, I'm the one that has no filter, and I'll just kind of very crystal clear open my mouth and be like,
"Could someone else?"
I'm
be
like,
the
no,
asshole.
no.
I appreciate
you
that.
know. So,
Good.
so
I need someone else to be the asshole.
So I hold no bars when it comes to that. So Zach, prepare because yours are young. But when it comes time that they start kind of liking a boy and all that kind of stuff, and the little fuckers start showing up at your house, kind of coming over to visit and stuff like that, you got to have that sense of fear kind of kicking into those boys.
Yeah, seriously, he would come over and like his little he was like wearing like a little cap or whatever, and he looked like Rocky Balboa, right? In the first Rocky, you right, and that's why whenever he comes, I go, "Hey, yo, Rocky!" Every time he walked in, everyone comes and I would tell him, dude. I'm like, dude, take the fucking hat off, bro. You know what I mean? He looked, hey, yo, Rocky, and he would, or I'd call him homeboy. I'd never call him by his name. I don't think he knew I didn't like him.
So get used to it. Get used to it, Zach. But
I had a here's a real quick, and this is a funny thing, and I think this was one of the first times when he was coming over, and we went to college. He was here when I'm not, but he would never come out. But when we leave, he'd come out and do whatever he needed to do, right? And kind of went to his room. And one day, when I went and bought all the food we get, and when we come home, I don't bring anything. We call up the army and say, everybody come out. Groceries are here. Bring them in. Take them inside. And all the kids came out, and everybody did it. And I didn't see Rocky walk out, right? And I'm like, where in the fuck is he? Right? And she goes, oh, he's gonna come right now. And then as soon as we walk in, I told him, I go, well, you can eat my fucking food, but you can't help bring it inside. And ever since then, right, I think we had quite the understanding of, like, he was like, but yeah, I don't play well with girlfriend's boyfriend, or my girlfriend, or my daughter's boyfriend.
Friends, right?
So.
And tell me if this is not true, John. So I was watching one day TikTok, and I was kind of playing through, and this little video came on, and I'm like, man, it's so true. So there's this dad, and he has his firstborn, right? And he's like, oh man, I would die for you, right? Like, your kids are born, you would die for them. Oh, and he's like, oh shit, I would die for you. I can't believe that I would die for a person, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, and then my daughter was born. And I went, oh, fuck, I would kill for you.
Right? Yep. For sure.
I would kill for you. I love you. I would die for you, but for you, I would kill. And so that's kind of how I think I am with my kids. It's like the boys I kind of push up, and I'm like, come on, man, be the man, rah, rah, and the girls, I'm like, probably a little too overprotective. So, anyways. So, all right. So that's kind of what's going on. A little crazy this morning in the household, and she woke up. She wasn't feeling good. So I was kind of running, trying to take care of her. So anyways, all right, guys, let's kind of get back into the podcast here. And a couple of things. If you guys have questions you want answered on the podcast or the Instagram live, go to poolnation.com. There's a big button up at the top. Click on that button and submit the questions. We will answer those questions. We'll do it either on the Instagram live. We'll do it on the podcast. We will send you a video, whatever it is that we need to do. The other thing is that we have opened up our merch store. Go to poolnation.com. There's a big button that says Pool.
Well,
okay.
Lost Edgar.
It's not just me then.
Right. And look,
I know,
he's
I need
like
a
frozen. Hold on. I gotta take a picture of this shit. This is, look, because there's no way in hell.
Oh, power
What?
went out.
Oh, no shit.
I guess it's just me and you.
Oh, wow. All right. So like we rehearsed, when if Edgar ever gets kicked off, Zach, you take over as the host. So
it's too much pressure.
Yeah, right. So where was he at? Let's go. Oh shit.
All right. Welcome everybody. So as Edgar was saying, we have the merch store now open at poolnation.com. One of the buttons says Pool Nation merch, and you can find it there. And additionally, we're doing a live financial business class on the 26th of June. And Edgar wants to thank everyone for coming out. Only 2 people are local, and everyone else is either flying in or driving from 3 or 4 hours away to take the class, which I think that's super awesome because it just shows the commitment of people wanting to better themselves, wanting to learn, how to actually operate as a business and not just a service provider. And big thank you to Brian Crisson from Hayward, because they're sponsoring the lunch. So everyone coming out, Hayward has hooked up all the food. So big shout out to them. And
Yeah,
additionally, yeah, go ahead, John.
no, I was just going to say how cool what you were talking about is like, it's one thing when things are really convenient, it's easy for people to do, right? When if there's a class or there's a meeting or something and it's close by, but we're talking about a lot of people are actually traveling, taking time off of work, right? Taking away time from their family to come out and to do this, and um, it's encouraging for me to know that that people want to better themselves, right? And they want to take their businesses to the next level. So I'm pretty stoked about this business class. Edgar kind of has it all set up really nice in our little office area that we have. It's going to be quite the class, and for those that are going to attend, you won't be disappointed for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out of the week goes to Shannon from Behind the Pole. She tagged us on one of her green cleans and she's crushing it out there. So Shannon, big shout out to you. And Edgar wanted to talk a little bit about you coming out to Texas. So
Well,
break the news, spill the tea.
It's so hard. Well, we talk about it. We did it on the live, right? And it's kind of hard every single time we want to talk and rehash it and go over it again. But for those of you that didn't listen on the live last week, I picked up the phone. I think it was Thursday night, and I called up Edgar and I said, "Hey, look, I'm flying out to Texas tomorrow, and I'm gonna buy a house this weekend. Hang on." If you could have read my lips, no, okay.
Hey guys, I'm
Uh-oh,
back.
we got Edgar.
Oh shit.
Dude, look, you're gonna be super proud.